So with the world of pressure fermentation becoming more accessible to home brewers, it's going to become more affordable now as well. Because at Keg King, we've just come up with a solution that makes entry-level pressure fermenting even easier and more affordable. Check this out. Hi brewers, I'm Daniel with Keg King. When we're talking about pressure fermenting and making it more accessible and more affordable than ever before, these two pressure fermenters have helped the world to do that. The chubby fermenter at 30 liters, and of course the most affordable pressure fermenter, the 20-liter Junior, which is also popular as a clear keg, are really easy entry-level pressure fermenters that really make the whole idea of pressure fermenting easier for brewers than ever before. So, one of the things that people have still needed to buy when they get into pressure fermenting is some sort of spunding device. So what if you didn't actually have the extra expense of a spunding valve when you're purchasing a pressure fermenter? Well, you don't actually have to now that we've come up with a nice solution for this that's even more affordable. So when you get into pressure fermenting and you want to save yourself some of the expense of jumping right in, you can just get yourself the Blue or the Purple PRV when you purchase your fermenter. The blue one's going to burst at 10 psi and this one's going to burst, the purple one, at 15 psi. So you can choose either an ale or a lager pressure, which works for some yeasts. So I'm going to show you how this works, just because now, instead of having to buy all this extra equipment, which you still need if you want to, and it's still accurate because it's got a gauge on it, you can simply simplify some of this process and just use the Blue or the Purple PRV. I'll show you how. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is to remove the red PRV that comes with the lid assemblies across the entire range of pressure fermenters at Keg King. These are the red PRVs that lift at 35 psi, so that even if you were pressure fermenting and the pressure built up above that, it would begin to vent the pressure. Or if you hooked it up to a much more powerful pressure source, like a regulator that was set a little bit too high, this would blow at 35 psi. Now, let's try with the purple one first. So we'll replace the red PRV with the purple PRV, and this is going to hold 15 psi on the headspace inside the fermenter. So let's hook it up to our pressure source. Now let's bring up the pressure to 15 psi. Right now it's at about 10. Now it's just close to 15 about here. And there it goes. So once it's gone up to over 15 psi, that's where it's going to lift. And it drops back down and seals really tightly again, probably around 11, 10, somewhere down there. So at the end of fermentation, it will fall back into place and lock off. But during your fermentation, as long as you want to hold 15 psi in this headspace, you can do so simply with this Purple PRV. Now let's say that you wanted to finish your fermentation and carbonate at a higher level. You would simply let the pressure out at the end of fermentation, switch back to your red PRV, and now if you wanted to carbonate at a higher pressure once your beverage is cold again, you'd simply hook it up, and again it's going to put 15 psi in there, but we can drive that up to 30 if we wanted to for carbonation. So now if you wanted to just hold slight pressure during an ale fermentation, somewhere around the 10 psi mark, the Blue PRV is going to be your choice. So you'd put this in instead of your red PRV. We'll hook it up to some CO2. So we'll bring this up to 10 psi, and that's it. It's now sitting just above 10, closer to 11, and now you can hear it actually venting out of that Blue PRV. So it will sound like that during fermentation the entire time. While the yeast are working and creating CO2, it's still going to hold the 10 psi that you're looking for in this headspace until fermentation drops back and the yeast begin to flocculate and fermentation begins to fade and attenuate. You are going to be able to vent easily and affordably now just through that Blue PRV. So the Blue and the Purple PRV, 10 psi on blue, 15 psi on purple. Now, are these actual fermentation pressures that are going to work for you every single time? Well, it depends on the yeast that you're using. But in general, a little bit like 10 psi on some ale yeasts and 15 on some lager yeasts works excellent in fermenting under pressure. So if you have these PRVs and you don't have a spunding valve, you'll have the ability to vent all that excess gas that you didn't want in your fermenter and still hold the right fermentation pressure for the beer that you're making. So that's pretty much it. These are very affordable. They're now available on our website. They'll be available globally soon. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and thanks for watching, Brewers. We'll see you next time.